Welcome to Songversation. Welcome to Songversation. My name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I have a song to sing for you today. Another party's over, and I'm left cold sober. Bade me, left me for somebody new. I'm gonna talk about it, wanna forget about it, wanna be intoxicated with that special brew. So come and get me. Let me get in that sinking feeling that says thy heart is on an all-time low. So don't expect me to behave perfectly, and in that sunny smile, my guess is I'm in for a cloudy and overcast. Don't try to stop me, 'cause I'm heading for a stormy weather soon. I'm causing a mild sensation with this new occupation. I'm permanently glued to this extraordinary mood, so now move over. Let me take over with my Melancholy Blues. Welcome to my Songversation. This is Neni Carolina Chacin. I'm a gospel and jazz singer and a life and business coach that will optimize your life and automate your business. And this is my way of talking about what's going on. La da 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 da. I'm causing a mild sensation with this new occupation. I'm in the news. I'm just getting used to this my new exposure. Come into my enclosure. Meet my Melancholy Blues. Well. So that was Melancholy Blues by Queen. And this song was composed at the end of his album when they needed one more song to do, and he quickly put down his feelings about how he was feeling with the new exposure and all the attention that he was getting as a singer, and how he was glued to the attention and the high of being a lead singer, but at the same time he was struggling with blues and what's going on. And I think this is sort of how I feel right now, because I really love doing these conversations. I'm a performer, I'm a singer. I adore to be on stage, and I love to perform. But I have been suffering with a lot of pain and menstrual cramps. There's a pandemic in the world. There's issues. There's so many things that I can't do at the same time, and I'm not catching up fast enough. But still, so I know that it's a lot of overwhelm from a lot of places, but the show has to go on. The show goes on, and I am attached and hooked up to this new live interaction from everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in every week, every day. Right now, we are doing Songversations from Tuesday till Saturday, every single day at 1:11 p.m. And so welcome again to my show daily, where I sing and coach and tell you. So this week I wanted to give you a hint of my Live Your Dreams program. So I developed a Live Your Dreams program, and I'm always updating it and always doing something new. Say hi to my cousins from all over the world tuning in everywhere. We're live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Periscope from Twitter, we're live on Twitch, and we're live everywhere. So welcome again, welcome. Leave a question. You can post a question if you want. You can join me on Instagram if you want to join, request to join. In any case, welcome. So I wanted to talk about my first step of Live Your Dreams. So I decided this week, as a special gift during this time, I wanted to share the first 5 steps of my Live Your Dreams, 7 steps to live your dreams. And these were the 7 steps that I did to live my dreams. I have lived many dreams in my life over and over, and I had to create new dreams to kind of reset, because my ambitions that I had as a child came true. So I had to reset and create bigger ambitions. And now that I saw the possibilities of even more, then I had to create new ambitions and new dreams and new things. And I've been achieving them all. Of course, it hasn't been without the ups and downs of life. It hasn't been without the challenges and effort and all the trials and tribulations and heartaches and heartbreaks. And but I've gone through them all, and I have achieved the dreams that I wanted. And I continue putting more higher ceilings and higher ceilings, and of course stumbling and learning and failing and then getting up and succeeding. So dreams are the only way to get to your dreams by writing down your visions and taking action on each one of them. But the first thing that I did my entire life, for every single step and every cycle, it has been the first step, the very first step in every single cycle, is to learn about myself. Knowing yourself is the very first thing you have to do to live your dreams. If you don't know who are you, what are the things that right now you are capable of? What are the things that are your strengths? What are the things that are your weaknesses? If you don't know your current status, it doesn't mean you can't change it. It just means that you know what is your current status. So, for example, when we were a high school student, we had a particular status. We were in a particular way, still coming out of our parents' house. Or if you didn't live in with your parents, then how were you, right? What were your weaknesses? What were your strengths? And analyzing these things can actually help you not only to identify things that are your forte that you can use for the present, but also recognizing things that were your weaknesses then, but now you're strong, for example. So that will give you hope and give you strength and give you courage to move forward. So learning about yourself, it's about identifying your strengths and weaknesses, identifying also your body health, okay? So it is not just about your mental state or your emotional state, your physical and mental capabilities and knowledge, but also your physical state. Like, is your skin dry skin? Of course, if you're adults, about this time, you should know if you have dry or oily skin. But some people don't pay attention to themselves. Maybe they don't realize that their hair needs some oil. So, for example, when I was a young kid, my hair was more oily. So I would try to use products for my hair that was conducive to oily hair. But now, as I get older, my hair has changed a little. So it's a little drier, so I use other products to keep it, natural products to keep it oily, for example, or to keep it like this. So it depends, right? So at every stage, you have different things, and you have to adjust, and you have to always evaluate. So this is very important, because knowing yourself allows you to take actions on how to improve, how to change, and how to strengthen your weaknesses. It's very known that every single successful person in the world, they don't work so much on the things that are weaknesses first. They actually try to make the most out of their biggest strength. So if your biggest strength is communication, then use it as much as you can, right? So develop it and use it and focus on that. Now, if you have a weakness, for example, in your business, and that is sales, it will definitely be very, very important for you to learn about sales and improve that. If you should be the one, even if you have a sales team, how can you make that sales team, and how can you ignite it? How can you motivate it? How can you give them new ideas if you don't know about sales? So the business owner must know about sales very well. And if that's your weakness, well, try to read, try to learn, try to practice. Because it's very, very important to know that those kind of things in the case of a business, right? In the case of your home, like for example, your weakness is you don't know how to cook. Well, if you don't know how to cook and you don't have a cook and you need to take care of your health, guess what? You're going to have to learn how to cook. Now, if you do want to start with something, send me a message and I'll send you a free copy, a free PDF of my Neni's Healthy and Fast Cooking book. It's about 30 recipes. During the pandemic, I'm giving these books for free, so send me a message. So, for example, if you want to learn how to be fitter, then you study, you figure out how to take care of your health. If you want to, if you identify that you are very shy, so how do you overcome shyness? So you have to read books about this so that you can improve yourself. Actually, I was reminded yesterday by one of the coaches that I follow, and he was saying that the brain can actually change, and whatever brain you have, there's something called brain plasticity, that the brain can actually adapt and change. So if your brain is wired right now to be shy, right, to make you behave like in a shy way, you can actually change that. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, you can change everything about you. When I was a little child at school, let's see, I would say high school. Yeah, that was in the early high school. So my arms were as thin as a stick. My legs were 2 chicken legs, okay? My thighs were skinnier than my thighs. Yeah, my thighs were skinnier than my calves, okay? And I wanted to have better arms, stronger arms, thicker arms, and I wanted to have at least, a bigger thigh than my calves. Because of my beautiful inheritance of my grandmothers, I have really thick calves, so they're like strong, like ballet dancers, like since I was little. So my thighs were always skinny, and I didn't know I wanted to look more proportioned. So I was very feeble, very skinny. And guess what? So I went and joined a jazz class, a dance school, 2 times a week for 2 hours each day. And I did that for 3 years. And consistence and persistence. And I did that for 2 hours, 2 times a week, Thursdays and Tuesdays, religiously. And I did all the exercises. There were 2 ladies teaching, owners of the club. It was called Interdance Jazz Club, or Jazz Dance. And they were fantastic. The mother and the daughter. The mother was, I believe, like in her 60s, and her daughter. And it was unbelievable. The mother was even better and stronger than her daughter. And it was very inspirational for me. And at the end of the first year, and she would measure us. We were all high school girls, right? They would measure the waist, the thighs, the calves. They would measure us to make us like a beautiful doll. And at the end of the season, the mother came up to me and said, "You know what? I thought you were not going to last here a single week. But look at you. Oh my God. Like the muscles in your back, your thighs, your arms, everything. You are amazing." And he gave me strength to say, you see, if you know yourself, If I know how I am, if I observe how I am, I can change it. You see? So knowing yourself is very important. Knowing that you're shy, knowing that you're extroverted as well. Maybe you're too much, and then you have to rein a little bit. I like to talk a lot, and I work on listening, for example. So that's one of my challenges because I love my chit chatter since I was a kid. So I need to learn how to listen more, and I work on it. I work on it all the time. So this is something very, very important to know yourself. Step number one to live your dreams. Know yourself. So this is very, very, very important. You can have all kinds of personality tests online. You can see like what kind of there's like all the Ayurvedic types, from Vata, Kapha, Vita, and you can learn a lot about you that way. You can look at astrology and astronomy also to look at some of those things. You can look at Chinese and just numerology and all that. It's going to give you some hints of who you are and what is your potential. So knowing your potential and knowing what state you are in that potential, it's very, very important. Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 5, doesn't matter if you're 10, doesn't matter if you're 30, 50, 60, or 80 years old. There's always something new to learn. I have seen people in their 70s and in their 80s learning amazing things. When I was in Venezuela before coming to the United States, I was a software engineer trainer, a software trainer for all the Microsoft products to all the people in the 80s. To all the old people in companies that didn't know how to use computers, that were using computers for the first time. And I had to teach these older men and older women how to use a mouse. It was like a bizarre concept for them. How to use a mouse, and what is this, and how to click on it, and they would push. It's really, really challenging for somebody who has no, in their 70s, in their 80s, trying to use a mouse in the new technology. And all these people would train for a week and they would be experts. At the end of 1 week, they could use a mouse. I mean, it might seem simple for us now. It might seem something very, super, super, super simple. But the truth is that when these people are old, they recognize they have something to learn, and they go and get the lessons, you see? So it's very important, again, first step to live your dreams is know yourself. And it may be, like you said, well, this is too trivial, like I know myself. Sometimes humbleness of knowing that you don't know anything, can lead you some places. So knowing that you don't know anything at the end makes you humble enough to learn something new and to get out of your rut. So that is very, very important. To be humble, to know that sometimes we think we know ourselves, but in fact, we may not know ourselves at all. And maybe a coach, or maybe a mentor, or maybe somebody with more experience can actually tell you more things about yourself and discover your potential, even better than yourself. Why? Because you're not open enough. And then from the external view, people can see something. So very, very important. Take some quizzes online. You can send me a message if you want to have some free consultations so that we can discuss about your first step. So all this week, I'm going to be sharing a step from my Live Your Dreams program. And so that you can see what it's about. Anyway, so going back to that song that I played for you, going back to that song, it's a very special song. Meancholy Blues is Queen, well, Freddie Mercury is one of my favorite singers of all time. And I had a dream that didn't come true and probably won't come true unless I die. that is that to sing and duet with Freddie Mercury. And he was amazing, and all the struggles that he went through for acceptance of himself, to discover who he was, and why he was had the choices that he had, was very difficult for him. But he had to go through that first step. He had to go through the step of knowing himself to be able to express himself even more authentically. So this is the result of knowing yourself. What are you going to get when you know yourself? You're going to grow. You're going to be more authentic. You're going to express your real desires. You're going to be able to demand of life what you really deserve. You're going to be able to be yourself in a world where you're forced to think one way or the other. You're going to be strong enough to say, this is me. This is me, and this is how I am, and this is what I want, and this is how I want to look like, and this is what I want to do. So knowing yourself is so important, is so powerful and valuable. It's very, very important. It's cliche. A lot of people say, oh, you just have to be yourself. I say you have to know yourself. Yes, be yourself, but how can you be yourself if you don't know who you are, right? So do I know who I am? Maybe at this point I know a little bit, but maybe I have a long way to go to know myself more and know my full potential even greater. That could be even greater. So everybody has a potential to grow. Everyone from 0 years to 80 years old. It's really, really important to know that you are the source, and you have the power, and you have all the knowledge inside you to see and make decisions for yourself, for your future, and that you cannot, I forgot the date now, grow. You can always grow. I'm here, sitting here with a horrible, fixing my face with all the makeup and stuff, but here committed to you, to this earth, to serve. And this is the way that I'm serving right now. I'm putting up the Songversations every day, talking to you, giving you tips, giving you wisdom, and I will, sorry. Let me see here. Yes, I was saying that to be fearless, that you have in front of you, and you're going to address each one, and you're going to go forward despite the condition that you are, despite the circumstances, despite the difficulties, despite the limitations of your teachings, your status, your current physical, mental, biological, emotional status. It doesn't really matter. Being fearless is knowing yourself and knowing how to address each thing, and then taking one step forward. Don't be afraid. I'm here to support you. So please reach out to your friend, to your mentor, to your coach, to whoever you think that can help you during this time. It's not an easy time all around the world. There's economic situations. There's fear all around that has been imposed by so many external mediums. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid, because you have someone here to give you a hand, to support you, and also that you have everything. You are enough to do whatever you need to do. I know that things are going to be different in a new world that's opening up little by little, but we can adapt. And those who can adapt the best are going to succeed. And how do you adapt the best? Well, you need to know yourself. Again, you need to know yourself and need to be yourself, authentic self. Okay? So that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. For all of you that tuned in, thank you so much. And thank you for logging in every day, supporting. If you feel so inclined, there is a tip jar. Those on YouTube or Facebook can see the tip jar, not on Instagram. But my paypal.me/Neni Chacin, like my handle on Instagram, or in Venmo @Neni Chacin, you can put a tip jar. And I thank you so much for tuning in. And so this week will be on Live Your Dreams, steps to live your dreams. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So today, step one, don't forget, know yourself and send me some questions. Tune in tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to leave you with a little bit again of the song. When the party's over and I'm left cold sober, baby, with me for somebody new. Don't wanna talk about it, don't wanna forget about it. Wanna be intoxicated with that special brew. So come and get me. Let me live in that sinking feeling that says my heart is on a low tide low. Oh, so don't expect me to behave perfectly where the sunny smile